Unfiltered Femmes. The objective of this talk show is to provide a platform to openly discuss and normalize topics that are often considered as taboo or uncomfortable. By doing so, we encourage open dialogue and create a safe space for women to share their experiences, concerns, and questions. So over to you, Wei Ling.
Alright, so for our 8th episode of the Unfiltered Femmes, we'll be talking about living the corporate life for waffle passion. So we have invited Ms Kai Wen, the founder of Crescent Waffles, on the talk show to share with us a journey of courage and determination as she transitioned from a stable 7-year corporate career to pursue her true passion in the culinary role, along with the unique experiences and challenges she has faced in building a family-run business. Let us give a warm welcome to Kai Wen. Yes, Kai Wen, would you like to share a little bit more about yourself?
Hi, I'm Kai Wen, and I'm currently doing. I'm the founder for Crescent Waffles, and we are almost into 2 years doing this. So December will be our 2-year anniversary already. So currently I'm just, other than doing waffles, me and my mom, we run the shop together. Yeah, so it's not just me doing it. Me and my mom, we wanted to do this together. So she's not like helping me or what, but we are just doing this.
So she's like a co-founder?
Yeah, correct.
Alright,
we
cool.
decided that we want to do it together.
Okay, so actually you started together, or like your mom started first then you joined her, or you start first then she joined you?
We just do it together.
Because
yeah,
you discuss this all this plan from the scratch with your mom, is it?
Correct.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, thank you so much for the quick introduction, but later we'll go a little bit more in depth. But thank you so much to be on board on our 8th episode of Unfiltered Femmes. So as we know, leaving the corporate grind for a passion-driven venture like a waffle business can include like financial instability, especially in the early stages, as the security of a stable paycheck is lost. Of course, this might lead to increased stress and pressure and uncertainties of running a small business. But I think the scary part is really about the societal judgment, especially from the people around you, or yourself, you are like a TikTok content creator, right? So people might comment like bad things, right? So Kai Wen, so what really made you want to do this career switch despite all these cons, I would say? Yeah.
I think when I really had the idea of changing, I decided to stop doing corporate. It's because I find myself, it's not like I have a very long, I don't spend long years in one corporate job. I changed company multiple times, and it's always after 2 years, then I start to get bored of the job, and then I wanted to switch to another company. So on my last this full-time job, I was thinking, how am I going to stop this cycle of me changing jobs? Why do I always feel so bored after 2 years? What's the reason behind it? So I was thinking maybe I didn't want to do corporate job. I just wanted to do it because it's safe,
Very stable.
very stable. You get
paycheck that time.
Yeah. But does it really make me feel happy, or because I don't want to be seen as someone who keeps changing her job as well.
Exactly.
It's not really very nice on your
resume.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I don't know, you want to be truthful to the next employer or what, and then how do you reply when they always ask how do you see yourself in 5 years? Lie to them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that really made me think about what I want to do. So I decided that why not I just quit first. I'm not saying that I have a lot of savings also. It's just that I know that I wanted to do something that makes me feel like I have a bit of freedom to do what I want, and even if that means doing part-time jobs. So after I quit, I actually went to F&B. When I was a student, I was doing part-time.
Right.
So I was thinking, okay, since I like it, I like F&B, why not I just do it for the do part-time for the time being, and then meanwhile figure out what I wanted to mix. So I went to find a part-time, and then I stayed there for 1 year. But then after that, then COVID happened.
Oh.
Yeah, I even tried to see whether I can go overseas to do other things. But then COVID happened, so I stayed here, and then continued with the part-time until the restrictions came in, until I was told that actually the shop
Cannot
didn't
open
really,
already.
cannot open already, so they don't really need me. So for that few months, I actually stayed at home. And then after a few months, I was thinking, okay, I like making jewelry on it. So I started on that. That was my first time doing something
On
a
your own.
small business.
Okay.
Yes. So I started doing that for like a good also 6 months until the restrictions became looser. Then you can go back to part-time.
Right.
So I went back to the cafe, but also was doing my small business. Yeah, which was the jewelry stuff and all.
Right.
Yeah. And then after a while, I switched my part-time job. Like I changed to another part-time job.
Also F&B.
Something like a cooking studio related. Yeah, so I did that for another 1 year until like me and my mom we had this opportunity to open up like a shop. Like we are deciding like okay maybe we can try since you know my mom was also doing part time, so we don't really have that much I would say commitments into the job. So we decided to try. And then with our little like funds, and then we managed to have some personal loans as well. So that I have a lot of cash to come up with also. So very luckily we have a bit of personal loans, and then we decided to do this together.
Okay, so you went for like a store hopping that kind, like go and look for like different
I went
venues.
online to find for a shop space first, and then I went down to the site to do my own recce to see whether the location is suitable for what we want to sell.
Right. So you mentioned like okay, you're like in like F&B. After that, you know, you did the jewelry, and then of course you went to a cooking studio, right? So like, but why waffle? Like,
I think
is it because you already got like a secret recipe, or you know, 家传秘方, or
Like you like do
something?
R&D during the time that you were at home.
I think the main thing is because it's me and my mom who are doing it. So we have to find something that both of us can do. And it's not too difficult for either of us to manage.
Okay.
So waffles was something that we thought like, okay, once we get the recipe right, I think it's a very easy thing to do daily. Yeah. So and then pandan waffles is something that because like I think every Singaporean, like not the too young ones, should know, like should try it before, and then it's something that most people can accept quite easily.
Super, it's like house downstairs also have.
Yeah,
Every time I walk past the bakery, smell the smell.
Smell,
It's
like,
like,
so
okay,
fragrant leh.
I need to get like a waffle.
And it's not something that people will feel a bit like, oh, should I try, or like too expensive to try. Yeah, it's something that okay, $2 I can just
Right. So it's like, do y'all like bounce off like on muffins or like waffle, or like just waffle was the one?
I think waffle was the main thing, and then we of course like after that tried to, because we talked about it in the family, we also discussed like, oh, is it sustainable to only sell waffles? Because it's like $2 and then every day how much do we need to sell? So we decided that okay, maybe the menu has to be something like a bit more
Expensive, is it?
Yeah, bakes, maybe simple ones and then like sandwiches or even like coffee. And the coffee is because like I didn't want to do it because I didn't have a lot of confidence doing like a barista.
latte art,
Correct, the latte art, and then how specific the Singaporeans are about their coffee, right? So I was a little scared because I only had very basic training when I was part-timing. Yeah, so I decided to I wanted to do simple stuff like brew coffee only, but like feedback from my family and friends, right? I mean, a lot of people really like latte, barista coffee, correct. So I was like, okay, then I think really no choice really. I have to like just try it. Yeah, go for it, and then and then machines are not cheap also.
Especially the coffee one.
Yes, can go up to like 8K, 10K. So I decided to just start with a small one and a second-hand one.
And see how it goes.
Correct.
Right.
So I just self-train
you
and
self-train.
then I taste like whether is it
Is it
acceptable.
like YouTube videos? Like,
So you have to calibrate it yourself, right? Too sour, too acidic.
So I read like the Reddit all that to see how do I adjust all that, and then we took, because just nice after renovation you have to get approvals from authorities, and that took about really like up to 1 month for us. So during that 1 month we were doing all this R&D to really perfect that, all the recipes.
Right. Okay, wow. It seems like the process is. It seems easy, but then it's not.
Like,
You went through a lot.
Like very tedious at time, but I think it's all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but how do your family and friends react to you leaving your 7-year stable career job, right, just to open this Crescent Waffles? Do they are they in shock? Like, wow, how come you want to quit your corporate job? Like, what made you want to really open this Crescent Waffles?
I think for them, because in the family they always know that I'm kind of like the more
adventurous
and the
Right.
free spirit kind lah. So they're not very shocked, but also they of course they will worry about like what if it fails and then
Yeah.
your money go to waste or that lah. So I think that was the main concern. But I think after like convincing them like if you don't try you never know.
Right.
And then even if it fails, at least you know what's wrong with our operations. At least you have like an experience. Yeah, and why not just try? Because I mean, frankly speaking, I don't have much commitments. Like I don't have I'm not trying to build my family yet.
Yeah.
And then like my parents, my mom, they don't need me to feed them lah in a sense.
Right.
So this timing, I find that is really
Actually, it's the
perfect.
golden timing. It's the
perfect
golden
for me
timing.
to try.
Yeah.
So if not now, right, then next time I don't think I will have that
I agree
courage
so.
to
Yes.
try.
Yes,
Try.
because like once you have a family, you have like more commitments, you have kids, and then of course our parents will grow old, and then that is like wow.
Yeah.
Then you feel like
again.
then I feel like oh my god, like now I need to pay for all these things. Then where does if I don't have a stable income, then actually I do agree that this is like really like the golden window, right? If you don't grab this right, then when it's gone, it's like it's very difficult to come back to this moment in time already. So of course then what about like your friends, because or maybe most of it uni grads, right? They think the only way to succeed is I must go corporate, I must join big MNC, that kind of like mindset. But what's your take on that?
I think that for a start, if you ask me when I was younger, I would think that corporate is the is the
Standard,
standard,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Like everyone just wants to go into like a corporate world and
Yes.
then to try out to climb the
corporate ladder. Yeah.
But when I first joined, I wasn't really that much of I want to be a manager in how many years or that. I just want to do my things.
Right.
So I feel that I totally get why they want to do that, and I feel like it's really up to the personal the person to really experience and then because
Decide what they want for themselves.
Yeah, correct. If you tell them now, I think it's like if I tell you now, you won't really listen to what I have to say, right? You have to experience it and then know what you want. So it's doing what you think is right at that point of time.
Okay.
So if they think that corporate is for them for now, just go and have a try because you may never know. Maybe you really like the culture and how they do things. Maybe it's different from my experience. So maybe they like it, then they will continue. But I think the main point is to do what you really like and not listen to what others have to say about your own future.
Right. But when you've first shared that I'm going to start this waffle business, did any of them give you why waffle? Are you sure or not?
Some negative kind of
But actually, I don't have a lot of friends to say, but I didn't tell anyone except for my own immediate family.
Oh.
So only when I started
Then you
the business,
share
after 2 weeks of opening the shop, right? Then I announced on my own personal IG because I feel that
you do not want them to affect
correct
your thoughts.
correct.
Yes.
Right. I mean, be it maybe they are just concerned, but I feel like they might project their own fears and their own insecurities onto me. So I'm already trying to overcome my own insecurities, right? I don't want to really add on to it.
Right. So actually that's a pro tip one. It's a pro tip from Taiwan. No? If you really set your mind to something, right? Just go for it. All the other noise we leave it to after we start. Because after you start already, right? No, it's too late. I already started this already.
I wanted to do have some results first before I announce it also lah.
Yeah.
Kind of already doing okay. So that's why I'm more confident in sharing.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, this part is a little bit like me. So when I first started, right, I didn't tell anybody. I really wanted to see this take flight, and then I want to see true consumer feedback. Will they buy this or not? Because if I cannot expect my friends to every other day buy brush, I mean that's also not possible. So I do not want to create a false impression that this is actually doing well, but actually most of them are my friends or for family, etc. So I think that's really a really good pro tip. Yes.
But like, what are the challenges that you face? Like, what are the sacrifices that you have when you're starting up this Crescent Waffles? Do you have to sacrifice a lot of your time, a lot of your sleep, like a lot of your like family time? That time, like, what's the biggest challenge and the sacrifices?
Sacrifices wise, I think for like time and sleep, I feel that it's not really, I wouldn't call it a sacrifice lah, but it's just like how we adjust to the new lifestyle, right? Because we chose to do this, right? So time wise, because we don't really do, you see a lot of cafes or shops, they open at least 12 hours, like 9 to 9 or what. I think that is something that I didn't really want to go to. Like I wanted to make sure that I have enough time to rest so that I don't get burned out so easily. Because like only you will understand how you work, right?
Yes.
How much you can take. Yeah. So I know that I cannot push myself too hard. So from there I know that okay, I have to end like early so that I have enough time to rest and also spend time with my family, all that. Right. So it's really just the challenges I would say initially is definitely how do I reach out to more people to know this brand. Yep. Initially I remember like the first month, there was one weekend where I only earned $30 like throughout the whole day. So I was like a bit like concerned for that first month. Then I was thinking I was already doing TikTok to market the brand and all that. So I would say I just wanted things to grow quickly. Yeah. And then I know that it takes time, but I'm just a bit worried. I mean everyone you're a first time entrepreneur, that right, you're worried on this kind of stuff. So I think that was the only thing that made me a bit stressed. But other than that, like timing wise and sleep all that, I still finding that it's quite okay.
Yeah. It's like part and parcel of starting your own business, right?
So that I can still accept.
So how did you overcome that? Like the $30 a week, that weekend, how did you overcome that? What did you do?
I continued to just I didn't do any paid marketing except for one of I invited one influencer. I'm not really influencer also, but she's quite popular on TikTok. Okay. So I knew that through her TikTok, I knew that she liked chocolate waffles. So I invited her to come down and to try. And it's a paid thing. But other than that, like you say, right, I didn't want to pay any other food bloggers or influencers because I find that I don't want to like market my product as something that's very nice, but when real consumers come down and then when they try and it turns out not that good, right, then they will start leaving reviews which will impact on the business. So I rather take it slower more in organic. The sense, more organic. So and I think the very lucky part is that people would think that Fortune Centre is a very local place, right? Like you don't think that there's anything there. Like same for me, I didn't think that it was a very crowded place at all until I went down. Like when I recce the place, then I realized lunchtime really
the crowd
crowded.
is quite because of the office buildings around. And the schools, right?
Correct. So it was actually a very busy place. So I think on that part we were quite lucky to have very supportive neighbours also. Like the stores next to us, they will actually encourage us also when we just started. They will encourage us and they will also help us buy and then to spread the words to their customers. Yeah, they will tell them, you can go and try the waffle. Right. So all these actually really helped us. Contributed to how we can pick up the business quite well after that. Yeah, it's definitely the crowd and very supportive neighbors.
I think most importantly is the waffle must taste nice. That's like fundamental requirement. It must taste good, right? I'm sure you will have repeated customers and of course the organic one. But back to the one you said that sort of influencer that invited down to go and try. So did that work for you?
I think to be honest, not much response or I would say results came from inviting her down to the shop. Maybe because the target audience wasn't really there. She's a foreigner, but she lives in Singapore for quite long. Okay. So I wanted to see whether that helps. But okay lah. It's to test and then
experience.
To see what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. But on the side track, right, I realized. I want to ask this question. Is that why Crescent Waffle? What is there a meaning like Crescent?
Crescent. I wanted something that is I always like all the moon phases. All that.
Okay.
And then I find that crescent actually looks like
The waffle shape
itself.
itself.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
find that's very fitting.
Okay.
So I decided on the name.
So did your mom like chip in onto the name, or she's like, okay, Kai Wen, anything you like?
Our names were very funny.
Do the label, can already. Your mom.
Our names were like going from like very neighborhood style to we were deciding like how do we approach this, like the name of the shop. Like we didn't want it to be too like sophisticated until like but we also want it to be not so like snack shop waffle shop, like very standardized name. Yeah, so really just try to speak to like our family, my sisters like to see what works.
Then they went.
Like even when I do all the local stuff, it's like when I do it, I will share with them. So they
Then
give
they
me
get
all
to-
the feedback.
Okay, right. So like right now we have been like running Crescent Waffle for like close to 2 years already, right? But you're in corporate for like 7 years, ma. So do you miss like your corporate life or like how is it really different like corporate life as compared to running your own business?
I think I wouldn't say that I miss corporate life. Like whenever I think
Actually, in your
of,
corporate life, what sector are you?
I was doing marketing.
Oh, you're doing marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was in the record label doing a bit of marketing, and then I switched to a website, like an e-commerce company,
Okay.
more on the marketing and a bit of sales. Like.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think why I don't miss corporate, right, is because maybe the companies that I've been to, like the experience there doesn't really make me miss the life of how like colleagues interact and stuff like that. It's not say like very toxic or what, but it's just how during lunch you will just chit chat and gossip, right? So that's the thing that I don't like. It makes
politics.
Yes, too politics, and then it makes me feel very like depressed when everyone is like just throwing out their problems, like making the whole environment looks very down, very depressed. Like during lunchtime it's just to gossip. So that's the thing that I don't like lah. And then I also find it very stressful to always have to like report things. Yeah, like to the seniors or to the manager. So I think that's why I wanted something that allows me to have more freedom and allows me to have like a good sleep lah. When you work in corporate, you have to like think of God, tomorrow I have a meeting. Presentation on that. So that actually makes me very like nervous and I feel stressed thinking about that. But doing this kind of like I wouldn't say F&B, maybe your own small business, you will feel that you are kind of in control of the things that you want to do and you do not want to do. And like especially F&B, all you do in the day is to like interact with customers or that, right? Then when it stops, you really can feel that. I mean, there is a difference.
Cut-off point.
Yeah, there's a cut-off point. So when you stop and then you allow yourself to really like take a break, right? I think that's the difference that makes me not miss the corporate. Yeah.
So I would think that the stress from running your own business really comes from in terms of like the sales wise, whether today there is sales or not. So it's like a different kind of stress, and what kind of stress you actually personally prefer. Yeah, it doesn't mean that when I go corporate there is like no stress, or it doesn't mean that when I go to run my own business there is no stress. It's just different categories of stress and which type of stress you actually prefer.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, okay.
That's I do. So like, how do you manage the stress between a family-run business as compared to the stress that you're facing during corporate life, corporate work?
I feel that running like business that is like I have to pay my mom salary and CPF. So that's the thing that I worry about, whether I can continue to do that or not. Like, because she, of course everyone needs to have like income.
Right.
Yeah. How I handle, I mean, so far we're doing okay. I wouldn't say very good or very bad, just enough to like meet our needs. Like doing this as a living. I wouldn't say that I want to bring this business like,
Franchise or
franchise or what. What I wanted to do is like for this to allow us to continue with our like daily lives, not something that I have to manage a whole team to expand the business.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that is my strength yet to handle a huge team. So for now what we're doing is okay. So that's why I think managing sales audit for now is still manageable to me and my mom. If compared to the stress of corporate life, I feel like the stress doesn't really, like I cannot control.
You cannot control because it comes from like
comes from
higher
the top.
management. Yeah, correct.
So whatever they want, we have to deliver.
Have to deliver.
So
Right.
it's like a very different.
Yeah. But I feel like after you shared, it really fits into like when you first started, that you're very free spirited. It kind of like fits in to that personality of yours. And in terms of the stress wise, I actually can see that there is actually a very huge difference. One is something that you can control, and the other is something that you cannot control. So I believe that personally you would prefer something that you can control, right? And the thing is that because your cafe doesn't run like full shift, it ends at what time?
3.
Oh, it ends at 3. So you start at 5, is it?
Yeah, I reach the shop at I wake up at 5, but my mom, she reaches the shop at 5. She start earlier.
Oh, she starts earlier.
She
So
starts
does she
earlier.
ends earlier?
No.
Oh, okay.
At the same time as
She ends the same time as
Okay.
me. It's just that she starts earlier because she's the one handling all the better stuff.
Ah, okay.
But if let's say, I think probably it's quite like a balancing, except for the long hours she do for 5 days. But I will handle the rest like off days. I will go and do the prep and other things.
Okay. So it's a little bit of like give and take also.
Kind of.
But then again, it's really within your own time, is it?
Yes.
You really manage your own time. Like today, it's like my off day, but I want to go a little bit later or earlier. It's really up to you.
Yes.
So I think again also we also like to all the viewers that is watching this episode, it's really about what we really want, right? Yeah, what we really want, what we really want to achieve also,
Correct.
right? Yeah. So
Have you ever regretted this decision? I mean, it's great that you stay resilient to this decision. Like, okay, wow, I'm so on. I need to open this Crescent Waffle. But have you ever regretted this decision of leaving your corporate work and then in opening this food store because of this, due to all these uncertain issues?
Yeah.
but I think based on what you shared now the previous year, I don't think you regret. I think you love it. I think you like totally you love it.
Yeah, but it's not. I think the regret thing is not just for this like business. Like throughout my, I mean like teenage or like young adult years, right? I don't think that I will regret on something because I find that my mindset is like I get to experience it, so I know what is right and what is wrong. So I don't see that as a regret lah. I just find that it's like something that I learned for myself.
Right,
So I think that's something that you have to really change your mindset to believe. But it doesn't mean that I really 100% trust in myself from the beginning. It took like a few years, like at least 5 years, to really change my mentality also. Like I used to believe, I think it's quite common, like you always, when you're faced with something like a new project, you always think with like, what's the worst case scenario that can happen? So I try to change that mindset. I would say like 5 years ago, right, to think of the best possible outcome instead. Because I find that when you try to think of the best possible outcome, when you do things right, it will make you feel better, and also it gives you more confidence. Because if you always think about the worst case, right, then you'll feel like, I will worry. Like you will worry about this, whether I'm doing it right or wrong.
Yeah.
So I think the mindset is very important if you're trying to start your own venture lah. Is to change on that first, and then trust yourself to go to do the right things. Because without the mentality of you can do the best thing, right? It's very easy for you to start picking on things that you are doing wrong.
And fall into this very dark zone. Right? I mean, of course, there's a saying that if you yourself can't convince yourself that you're in for something big and great, right? How can you convince the rest of the people to buy into your idea? So I think mindset is number one. I think second tip that you shared earlier on, the second pro tip, right, is really about every experience, right? We treat it as an opportunity to learn. So whatever the outcome is, we're learning something out of it. So in this case, we won't feel so like afraid. We will have some sort of like, even if things doesn't work out, we will always have something to take home. And I think that is the valuable experience that we are looking for also, right?
If you tell me now like, actually my business cannot last for 2 years, like coming 2 years, or like next year we will, because of whatever reason, decided to close, I won't feel like I regretted it.
So now it's like a 2-year mark already. Have you thought like, just now you share every 2 years you're like, I want to change job, I need to. So now it's a 2-year mark. So have you thought about that?
Not really, but I feel that I want to continue doing Crescent Waffles, but what I realized from doing this kind of like F&B or your small business is that you have to gather. I mean, it's a bit late for my age, but you have to gather more income streams for us because especially when F&B is such a very risky thing in
Very
Singapore.
cutthroat, right?
Yeah, correct. In Singapore, it's like so difficult to sustain. Not everyone can sustain a very long years, right? F&B. So it's how do I gather more income stream so that I can, if anything happens to like the rental or what, I can still, have extra income to put into Crescent Waffles. So that's the thing that I'm focusing now is to how do I build that multiple streams of income.
Okay. And have you figured out already, or you still like work?
Oh, I think for now it's like going into like YouTube because TikTok doesn't really pay in Singapore, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that I can think of now is to create like content for YouTube or that, so that can become something that I can gather a bit of income from. Like not much, but at least it's something.
It's still an income.
Yeah. Other than that, not. I mean I don't have much idea yet.
On like bread food.
Oh yes. Yeah, bread food, but it's not a very huge amount from there. Mostly it's still all the walk-ins.
Right. Okay. So yes, so sort of like now you're sort of like thinking that okay, I have Crescent Waffle, but what can I do at the sideline also?
Yes.
To beef up, sort of like your income streams.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But I even thought of like getting someone to like help you, then you can go and maybe open another waffle shop.
Oh, but I think manpower is an issue also. Like
Difficult, right?
Yeah. Difficult to get is one thing, and then how do you make sure that your quality stays the same? Because I feel that I'm someone who really cares about service. So I mean, okay, I can trust the staff, but I hope that I can find someone who really like also shares the same beliefs as me. Like I don't really like it when I go to a shop like F&B. They are grumpy or like they don't greet you. It's a little upsetting for me lah. So I try to, and I hope that if next time I have a staff, I can provide the same like level of service to the customers. Yeah, I'm worried that if I hire so much staff, can I handle and make sure that
The quality
and the
is there,
standards.
and especially when it's food, right? Yeah, then we talk about food safety. Like the waffle got certain timing, they do certain things to ensure that it's the
and I
kind of
think
quality.
our customers come back is also because of not just the waffles, it's how like interact with them, and I feel that they come back is to like kind of like support me and my mom also. So if we were to change the whole team, I feel that how do we retain them?
Right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you go like a house downstairs that kind of shop, right? The uncle will remember your order,
yeah.
will know your name. 今天一样，阿贝一样. No need to even say like what you want.
Right,
but that gives a special connection to it, and it's like naturally, right? You will just walk there.
Yeah.
It's like a very natural
process,
process, right?
Like so many regulars.
Right. Okay.
Then do you believe that leaving a corporate job for your passion is a privilege and it's not for everyone?
I think it is definitely a privilege for us. Like if you were to ask me if I have kids and if I have a HDB to pay for, will I do it? I mean, I would think twice about it. Yeah, it's definitely a privilege. So if I have other commitments, I don't think that it's not that I'm telling you not to do it, but maybe like I said earlier, you can wait till the time is right. Keep the idea first. And then when your kids are grown up, like a little more, when they go secondary or whatever reasons you have keep the idea and then you can always continue with your research, like what I did. I always dream of opening a shop, right? That even when I don't have the funds to do it yet, I still like to look at YouTube and just to imagine, and then it makes you feel confident and like it makes you want to do better.
Right.
So I think even if let's say right now you don't have the capability to do it, just don't like give up on it yet.
Yes.
You can always try when you're on your later years or what. You have so many of them started late.
Right. Yeah. There is no age limit to starting
so many
something.
Of them do it for their retirement also. So it's not something that you have to like fix on. Like I think maybe it's because like we feel that like we have to compete with the age.
It's like a social stigma. Like when you are at 20, you should be doing this. When you're at like 25, you should be over here at 30, 40, 50. It's like I think this really like in Singapore.
Yeah. And then when you see so many of your friends doing so well,
Yeah.
you also you'll be thinking like, well, how come I'm like that?
Yeah.
But I mean, they only want to. I mean, not everyone, but okay. When you see people doing good in life, you only see them posting about good
Yeah,
stuff.
of
lah.
course. Everybody
So-
talks about the good things.
Most
Most
of the
of the
good
time,
thing, most
yeah.
of the time, yes. So don't try to compete with others. You just really have to go at your own time, own target.
Yes.
Just do it on your own way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why there's a saying, 家家有本难念的经.
Yeah.
It means that, of course we don't, put out dirty laundry and then you start talking about it, everybody have their own challenges to face and the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I think it's a social thing which is quite, I would say challenging, where especially, right now, many years ago, of course, there is no like social media, but right now there's the IG, right? So probably sometimes people will post a lot, or maybe they got, they bought something that's expensive, or they just got another new corporate job. People share a lot on that, and that's why it brings us to the point that you shared earlier, that we really need to know what we want. Because once you know what you want, right, all these become noise already. It's like it won't affect you because these are just other people's life and
Just
their life, right?
Yeah. Even if I would say earlier I mentioned on TikTok how nasty people can be.
Yeah.
If you don't, they can say really nasty stuff or what, but I just feel like if you don't really support them or you don't agree with what they do, just be neutral about it or just give them your blessings in return. Don't have to be nasty about it. Even if let's say your friends or all you see, and then you don't necessarily have to interact with them, but just give your blessings and then move on.
Yes.
Do your own thing. It's your life.
But it doesn't exist in this world.
It's very hard.
It's
but
very hard.
Hopefully
It's very
you can
hard.
start
Yeah.
somewhere to try to encourage people to do the same.
Yeah, agree. So because we also always get sometimes challenging because there's different. It's like very difficult correct? And especially for food because you might be thinking, oh, this is super yummy, but to another person, no. But because everybody, the level of delicious or is different
So different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
So especially even for food, it's even more difficult.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, this is how I want to be because everybody got different standards.
Taste buds lah.
Yeah, taste
and
buds.
different palates lah.
Yes,
so it's
very
very difficult to how to say 满足他们的
Correct,
taste
correct.
buds.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
don't market my waffles as the best because I know that everyone's best is different. Some the really very
Crispy kind.
Yeah, crispy kind,
Some like
chewy
the
kind.
soggy
Right.
kind.
So when customers come in and ask me, is your waffle very nice? Then I was like,
It's very nice. You said to me it's very nice. So your waffle is the soggy kind or crispy kind?
Actually it's quite. I don't know how to say that. I mean, a lot of people tell us that our waffles is very different.
Okay.
It's neither very crispy or it's
Okay,
not
I'm gonna
very
try it
chewy.
later.
Is it fluffy kind?
Actually, I'm not very sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because now, right, a lot of people like to sell the very crunchy,
Yeah.
hard,
Like the
not
tea
hard,
tea
but
waffles.
like
tea one,
crunchy
yeah.
kind.
Or with the ice cream kind lah. That one I
Some with
understand
the
how
ice
crunchy
cream.
it is.
Some is those like regular one, but then it's hard. It's like very toasted, like the moisture is gone already. Yeah. But I like soggy one.
Oh, you like soggy
I'm those
one,
kind that I buy already, right? I'll put in the bag, right?
like
No, then I will go and make it like I will go and close the wrapper to make sure that it kind of gets soggy.
Okay,
right?
I don't think you like ours.
No, I already put inside. It's already there already. So later it will be soggy already. That's why I make it soggy.
Ours is not like very soggy. Yeah. But I don't know whether it still tastes good lah. I mean,
It will be.
now-
Sometimes the more you keep, the more soggy it's the nicer it is. Okay, I got a weird taste, but yeah, that's me. Okay, so back to this. So what does being successful mean to you?
I feel that being successful means that I can, like I say, control what you want to do. Like you have your time to do what you want to do. Doesn't necessarily, of course, money is important in our current daily life, but not trying to achieve that much and gather all that much on assets stuff. I feel that being able to do what you really like and enjoy, like when you wake up, you don't feel like, oh my god, I have to do it's okay. Like that kind of feeling is already is what success means. Like I feel grateful and happy every day. I think that is more important than trying to like achieve as much monetary.
Or just to get the
values.
paycheck. Just to get the paycheck.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So it's very important to identify what keeps your fire going.
What keeps your passion going? Passion
Yeah,
going.
daily
Yes.
passion. Like, something that you wake up to every day and look forward to and then achieving these milestones. And again, of course, it varies from people to people to see like what really drives you, right?
Yeah. And what are the advice that you would give to someone who is currently in a corporate job, but then feels so like unfulfilled, like not satisfied with their life, that kind, and is also considering pursuing their passion as a career?
I think I would say to just start out maybe as a side hobby or like an income. Like don't throw yourself into it.
Like just pick a job and do it.
I mean, if you have the savings to do that, okay. But if not, just try to do like a sideline first. Like if your hobby is to like photograph, just do it as a weekend thing, and then start from there. Then you will realize how you can achieve and how you can actually put yourself more slowly into that side. And then slowly, letting go of your corporate things.
Yeah.
But and once you start on the hobby, I mean, there's a saying like once you do the hobby as like a business, you will start to really like that much. Yeah. So I think that is a good way to test water first, whether you really find that it's something that you want to do. But because if not, then you still have something like
To fall back
to, and then while you try something else. So yeah, just
Jump straight.
If you have the savings, okay. Yeah, but I mean, if you are still like testing out, of course, maybe for yours it's a little bit challenging because it's F&B, it's like a physical cafe. But if it's like a e-commerce that kind of business, then it will be a very good, slightly easier to start. You can even start on TikTok, right? Just open live and see how people, like your craft, etc. So yeah, actually, you must be very thankful that we live in this era.
Yeah, really. Because TikTok, I mean, I feel like it's really I'm so lucky to start TikTok because it's free.
Yeah.
And you just need to create content to reach out to people.
And that's how we get to know her.
Yeah. So if you have a small business, really try to do TikTok first before. I mean, if you don't have the funds, just do all this free marketing first to try to reach out to people. And then once you have that, then you can do other things.
Yes, because what really caught me when I saw the video, like, wow, this uni grad, this corporate life girl can wake up at 5 a.m. to do this. I don't know, I just feel like, wow, it's quite challenging. Like to wake up every day at 5 a.m. and then it's like really a routine, right? And some more it's like your own business other than that, but you think about whether today got customers or not, and then you're renting this space. And then you work with your mom, the pressure, sometimes you need to pay your mom, So I thought that wow, you should really meet Kai Wen. That's why she's here today. Right. Okay. So now back to Crescent Waffles, right? So we know that your favorite waffle flavor is a mixture of chocolate and peanut, while your mom's Serene favorite flavor is black sesame. So are these two like the must-try flavors, or is there any other flavors that we should try?
Actually, our signature is the black sesame.
Oh, okay.
But my mom's favorite is actually peanut.
Oh, your mom's favorite is peanut.
Seems like when she was younger,
okay,
her favorite is peanut lah. So for me, it's the mixture of chocolate and peanut because it's sweet and savory, right? But it gets a bit jelat lah after that. So it's up to individual. Many of them likes to mix black sesame with peanut. Because I think
black sesame. Oh, okay.
So if let's say you are into the flavors like the hangyuan, then you can try black sesame mixed with peanut. Yeah, other flavors, something special. I think ours will be cream cheese, red bean, or we have onde also. Like we put the desiccated coconut and then we drizzle it with gula melaka syrup.
Wow!
So it's like in between the waffles. Yeah, I got it.
I think Kingsley will like it. It's onde fans. Oh wow, okay. But I really never heard before like onde waffles.
It's quite nice. I mean,
it's
to
our
me
own
lah.
recipes, in-house recipe.
In-house, but it's not much of like we don't need to create lah. Just try to
mix
us together and then
right. Okay. Yeah. So like when people come to your shop, this is like it's sort of like more like a breakfast kind of a thing.
I think
is it is lunch. Because you
It's
open
more-
3, so
we start from 8.
yeah.
So actually people coming for breakfast and then like I think they tapao for their tea break lah. Because we don't open. I mean we do get inquiries like why you all open so early. Like they want to get it for tea break, but then we're already closed.
Right. So they tapao
Yeah,
back.
they tapao
Okay,
back.
so which is like the top number 1 flavor in now?
I would
your
say
shop?
actually peanut and then followed by black sesame. Because everyone gets to try something special. Yeah, but peanut is like number 1.
Yeah.
Peanut.
Everyone will like
So it's your mom's favorite, right? Wow, the thought of it really makes me hungry.
Makes us hungry.
Yeah, so other than the waffles, and I know there's a signature iced crescent coffee, right? We see that now you also serve lunch.
Like sandwiches, those
Sandwiches,
kinds.
Any salad also, right?
Salad we are trying to, because it's not much of a, I mean honestly speaking the response isn't that good. So in order to reduce the waste,
Yeah.
we took it out of our menu.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
focus on the waffles and sandwiches for breakfast.
Okay, then for lunch?
For lunch we only purely doing waffles and coffees. Just because we cannot handle.
Oh,
There's only two of you.
There's
It's your
only
mom
two of us.
and you yourself.
Oh, it's always just 2 of you.
Always
Like your
only two.
sisters?
No, they have their own work.
So they only come help out whenever they are free. Right?
Correct.
Oh, but the main person
It's
serving.
just us. So it's really very busy for us during lunch. Like I have to take order, do coffee, and then do the waffles. So we cannot
So the waiting
handle.
time is quite long.
But depends. But sometimes it can go up to 30 minutes.
But your customers never like being fast on it, right?
Sometimes they go, okay, I go. They
Sometimes
sometimes
they
they
order
know.
things first,
They
they come
know,
back.
so they order. They go and have lunch, then they come and pick up.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow, okay. So it's like your peak hours is breakfast.
Breakfast, yes, I would say peak hours will be like 8 to 9, and then for the lunch 12:30 onwards until we like really sell out.
So your last call for last order is at 2.
2 plus, but if we get busy, then usually 2:30 we will sell out. But the thing is because we try not to do more because on days like these past 2 weeks was a bit slow, so we don't want to have too much of a leftovers. So we try to
the
do
better.
yes, the better.
Oh, do you all keep like?
We don't keep it.
Oh.
So that's why we do every day.
Very fresh, oh. So if the batter is sold out means
Yeah,
no more already.
correct.
Okay, like cannot do like
Cannot.
Oh.
That's why always got auntie ask us, 不可以再打咩？
yeah, 不可以再倒咩？
And to us it's like cannot because we extract the pandan, we juice
Oh,
them.
okay. No wonder your mom goes so early to
Correct,
make it.
correct.
So it's like freshly made. So their batter is like freshly made
Yes,
one. And then today, if we don't sell out, we don't bring to tomorrow.
Yes,
Right? If
yes.
we sell out,
No
bad.
more.
Okay. Right. So thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today. I think your story is really a testament to the power of following your passion and breaking free from societal expectations, right?
Yes, and then we hope this episode helped create a safe and open space for women to explore and discuss the topic of living the conventional career paths to pursue their passions. So once again, thank you, Kai Wen, for joining us. And do head over to Fortune Center and drop by Crescent Waffles for some delicious waffles and coffee. Till then, we'll see you on our 9th episode. See you, ladies.
Thank
Goodbye.